Hello there, good afternoon. How are you today? What have you been up to? We're busy on YouTube already. Hello, Jan and Margaret and Elizabeth and Majula and Shirley and De Murdoch. Oh, hi, Lynn, New Jersey. Jane, hello, and Angela and Joe and Quantum. Oh, gosh. Hi, Lisa. Hi, Zoe and Alison, Amanda and Stephanie. And on Facebook, we have Sandra and Julia and Myra. And Denise and Helen and Janet and Jean. I'm rapping again, aren't I? And Jackie and Josie and Margaret and Sue and Moira and Rose and Sue and De Murdoch. It's morning in New Jersey. Well, we are 4 o'clock in the afternoon. And it's the 1st of June. I was going to say, where is this month going? But it's the 1st of June. Where is this year? Where is this life going at the moment? Everything's going so quickly. Hello, Marilyn, California. Hi, Linda. And Debbie and Gail and Lynn and Christine. I'm very good, thank you very much. Okay, I've been threatening you for days with new fabrics, and have we got lots? So I'm going to take you through what we have for you. So that may take 5 or 10 minutes. So if you're not interested, go and put kettle on now. And then we're going to put a letterbox zip. It's not really called a letterbox zip, I don't think. But I've called it a letterbox zip for years, and it's because it looks like a letterbox and you post your fabric through. So that is said zip that we're going to do in a bit. And it's all fully lined and everything. And I'm not going to make the whole bag, but the bag is going to be going live on YouTube at about, I think it's 5:30. So just after we've finished here, or maybe 5 o'clock, can't remember. Just after we finish here, this is going to go live on YouTube. Anne is making a quilted tote bag. Lovely. Hello, Cheryl. And thank you, Heather. It's a dress. Next, you know. Not Marks and Spencer's this time. Alan's much better. Glad to hear it, Alan. Nice to have you on board. Hi, Tracy. She's waving from the other side of Somerset. Hello in Minehead. Hello, Tracy. Cold in Sheffield. Oh, the rain! It's rather warm here, actually. I thought we might sit outside when I finish this. I've got Kim and Vienna up because it's half term. And yesterday, I don't know what it's like where you are, but it was lovely and warm and brilliant sunshine. And I was driving back from the office with my son, Tyler, who is coming to work for us. So driving back from the office, and the biggest hailstones, because even I thought somebody had thrown stones at the windscreen. It's so heavy. And then it was glorious sunshine, and I did check the sky, not a cloud in the sky anywhere. So I went for a walk with Bobbin, and we'd got about, I don't know, half a mile to come back, and the heavens opened. And as I may have said many times before, she's terrified of the rain. I came home like this, all the way back, absolutely soaked through to the skin. But at least I don't have to water the garden. Garden's drenched. Hello, Christine. Yeah, hails. Linda was walking and it got so, I know, through to the skin. Amanda, I keep thinking rainwater's supposed to be good for the complexion, isn't it? Doesn't do anything for the appearance when you're looking like a drowned rat, but there you go. Hi, Jan. Hello, Mary. And Mary's sunburned in Renfrew. I've got sunburn envy. Well, of course, I hope you're wearing your Factor 50. Of course. Hello, Nancy. It's snowing in the Rocky Mountains and raining in the foothills. Whoa. Okay, Lisa's not going to be here on Saturday. Granddaughter duties again. That's Lisa's favourite place. Anywhere where Ruby is. Hi, Gina. I'm very good, thank you. It's weird, isn't it, Linda? Hailstorms in summer. I know not quite summer, but there you go. Anyway, so the bag will be, it's only a simple one. It's only got the one pocket. And I do explain in the video. I like the pocket on the back because if you're going to wear this as a cross-body bag, if you're travelling or anything, the zip's in the most secure place, right on the back. But there's no reason why you couldn't put a zip in the flap, why you couldn't put a zip on the inside of the flap, why the zip couldn't be on here, why the zip couldn't be inside. That's just got a patch pocket. Or why you can't put zips wherever you want to put zips. So that's what we're going to be doing in a bit. So Hello, Jim and Vicky in North Carolina. Hello, hello, Susan. The bag on my right, finally has the blue fabric. Is there a pattern or tutorial? This one, yes, is a download on, can you see it from there? On the website. So if you go to debbieshawsewing.com, look under downloads. It's on there. There's no pattern for it. It doesn't need it. So it's all of your instructions, materials and cutting instructions, everything like that. It's been really popular, actually, that one. Okay, let me show you these fabrics. We've got so many, and Kim is actually loading more as we speak, so we may have her running down the garden in just a second to my little studio and showing us some more that she's put on. So let's start with these. So if you go to the website and go to new arrivals, then you'll see everything that's just come in on the website there. So in fact I'm going to do that because I can never remember how much things are. Gina's got some of the fabric. Oh, the blue fabric, lovely. Okay, so I'm just having a look at what these are called because again, can't remember. Wishes fabric good vibe quotes. So focus on the good, sending rainbows, radiate, good vibes. Today is a new day. Then we have rainbows. So this is all from the same range. So if I just do that, you'll see how they match. I'm a little bit close today because I want to do a close with the zip when I do that. So hopefully you'll be able to see these. Well, you'll be able to see them very close up. This is Good Vibes paint strokes. So all terribly summery. Oh, can you imagine a shirt? Wouldn't a shirt look fabulous in those? And then finally from this range, we have the butterflies. So that's Good Vibes. So we've got 4 pieces in the collection, and it's uplifting, isn't it, Tracy? It's really happy. You can't help but smile when you see these fabrics. And I love the naive look and the brush strokes, you know, the hand painted kind of look. The butterflies I think are so pretty with flowers on their wings, and there's lots of colours to mix and match with. So yellows, oranges, reds, pinks, even black. If you wanted to tone it down a little bit, then a black would go very well with those, I think. And it's got white in the background as well. So that is losing Wi-Fi on my phone. That's Good Vibes. So doesn't it put you in the mood for summer when you see fabrics like this, no matter whether we've got hailstones or snow in Colorado or whatever? Jim needs sunglasses to look at the fabric. I can't hear you, my fabric's too loud. It is pretty, isn't it, Alexis? Jane, happy fabric, absolutely. Okay, so we're going to go from happy fabric to, I think, very classy fabric, but I think you're going to love this one because it's sewing related and we love anything with a sewing theme. So this is a poplin, and it's just so lovely with the embroidery hoops and threads. We've got knitting needles on here as well, pin cushion, yarn, sewing machine, needle and thread. Now poplin is a finer weave of fabric, so it's got a little bit more of a drape. So it's still great quality. You can still quilt with it if you wanted to, but for dressmaking this is absolutely perfect. Hi Marion. Oh, Marion's come along for the first time, so welcome along. Where are you? She says, first time I've joined in, hope it's okay. Of course it's okay. I know we have a lot of you, like the silent watchers, because a lot of you will email me afterwards just commenting on what we've shown you or what we've made or something. So it's it'd be nice to hear from you. Maybe you watch every week or twice a week and this is the first time you want to come and say hello, if I don't say hello back, it's because you message. I've got, I know I've said before, but I have three screens. Excuse me. So I have Facebook here, I have YouTube here, and I've got me here. So I try to avoid that one. But when your messages come up, they just do this. So I might see Helen saying greetings from Dublin, but she might have gone. What's the bag on my left? This one is a download off website, and the one behind me I made on a YouTube video. So that one's for free. Look on YouTube. I'm very good, thank you. Ronald, how are you? Oh, Jennifer's recovering from a knee replacement. Ooh. Hi, Anne. Welcome aboard. Oh, you are only nice. Only nice, you lot. Saying hello to each other. Love it. And you just love it when you chat amongst yourselves. So anyway, so that is, let me check what that one is called. Happy Crafting Poplin in Navy. But I do like that. I'd wear a dress out of that because it's quite, if I show you from a distance, it is quite subtle. It doesn't scream sewing machines at you, so I think that would make a rather nice frock myself. Hello. Anyway, good evening, she says. Where are you to be in the evening? Oh, it's 4:10. Is that evening? Right. Yes, and Lisa's telling you, thank you. If you are I nearly said Crate and Craft. If you are a Half Yard Sewing Club member, you'll get 10% discount. So do remember, it's actually, I've been asked to go a couple of times this week. When you go to checkout on debbieshawsewing.com, and you go to the checkout page, it's right on the top, and I think it says, do you have a coupon or something like that? It's right at the top of the page, and click on there, then type in your code and in capital letters, and you'll get your 10% off there. Now then, these have only just gone on, so you might not have seen, even if you're on the website a lot. We've got a huge panel, and I was looking, I know that's not a Morris Traveller, but it looks a little bit like the Morris Traveller that we used to have when I was younger, at my dad's car. 271 HBF, the reg number. So it's before they started putting dates on registration plates. I know, I'm ever so old. But it used to look just like that. But I know, what is it? It's not a Traveller, but what is it? It's that kind of thing, isn't it? Cars with wood on them. So it's a huge panel. And if you're wondering what on earth you're going to do with it, Kim has put a link on the website to a project that you can make with this one. I love the detail on it though. I think, come and I love a panel. Don't you love a panel? So much you can do. You don't have to do anything. You can put it in a frame. But I think just quilting would be just perfect. So you could free motion embroider. That's the Carla. What is that car? Hello, Lisa and Jenny Jones. Lisa, what is it, Lisa? She used to have one of those cars. A shooting brake. I don't know. Bridges of Madison County. Let me see what it's called, actually. I don't know. Don't know where it is. No, it's just called Touch of Spring. Doesn't say exactly where it is. So we have Home Sweet Home, the cat. You like that, Lisa? And I just love all the detail. Look at the wreath on the door there. And as you come over, that looks very American, doesn't it? You've got the cow and the church. And what's this one? Flowers, Herbs and Seed Store. With an outbuilding at the back, with a hat hanging up on the door, look. So much detail on it, it's beautiful. There's, every time you look at it, you can see something different. I'd like to be sitting there now with a glass of wine. And then you've got the house there with the heart wreaths. It's really pretty. It is part of a collection. I don't think it's a Morris Minor. I don't think, you're going to have to let me know. It was a Traveller. They used to call them Morris Travellers, the one with the wood on. But I don't think that is, because it looks bigger, looks longer. I'm sure you'll let me know. It's an American car. Is it, Christine? Do we know what it is? Nancy, what is it? Have we got Brian? Looks 3D. It does, doesn't it, look 3D? It's really clever. Hello, Hayley Hatcher, our newest Half Yard Club member. Welcome along. Have you got any bit? I don't think it's not Morris Minor. A Morris, no, it looks bigger. Might be, don't know. I used to have a Morris Minor convertible. It was one of my first cars. Mini Clubman. No, is it a Clubman? Have another look. That's the one. Yeah, I had this Morris Minor convertible when I thought I was the share the wine. No, you're not sharing my wine. And it was yeah, when I was a lot younger, and it broke the bank to buy the thing. It was like an Air Force blue one, and it rained in. Every time it rained, the footwell would just fill it with water. It was a right old banger. I loved that car. American Woody. I think, yes, it is American, isn't it? Is it too little for a clubman? It's an American. Chris Ann says it's a station wagon. Is it a station wagon? Clubman didn't have the wood. Google says a woody. Yeah, look, the buildings do look quite American, don't they? And then a station wagons. An American woody wagon. Station wagon. I'm going to have a look at the pictures on Google after. So, and it's a little bit like the Morris Traveller that we used to have. It's the same colour. Anyway, so that is actually part of a collection. So if you wanted extra fabric to go with it, could you cut into it? You could, but I wouldn't. I'd keep that all as one big quilt or wall hanging, or even a table runner or a bed runner would look really nice in that. So that's the main part. Then these are part of the same collection. Oh, I love this one. Love the vintage feel, love the colours on it. The background, again, it's detail, isn't it? So textural. So what have we got? We've got fresh blue flowers. I've got so many watering cans and bits and bobs like this that we use as props. Even the pots, this actually looks a little bit like the props area of my studio. Yes, I have a props area in my studio. So let me just see what these are called, just in case. Again, if you have a look under new arrivals, Touch of Spring blue shelves. This again, part of that same collection. So this is Touch of Spring patch white. Again, it looks just like my shelving. I've got all of this stuff. And then finally is Touch of Spring floral multi. So that again is a collection of 3 plus the panel is 4. Leanna, I'm doing on Wednesdays now, I'm going to try and do a technique. So today's technique is a letterbox zip because you asked for it. So I'm going to do the letterbox zip, not make the whole bag, and the bag will be on YouTube just after we finish. I can't remember if it goes on at 5 or 5:30, might be 5:30, but just after we finish here, the whole complete bag will be a YouTube project. So that's what we're doing today. I have still more fabrics for you. Told you we've got loads. They are, aren't they, Elizabeth? I think that they would be lovely as appliques. A Morris 1000. A woody. It's nostalgic, whatever it is. Right. For now, because we may have some more when Kim's finished uploading, as she is at the moment. Let me just check what this collection's called. Natural Collection. And I've got them all in the wrong order. So, Natural Collection, pale blue dried flowers. These are all 100% cotton. And Helen's got to go and finish her bunting. See you on Saturday. Have a happy Jubilee. Bye bye. That's not me going. That's Helen going. So don't switch off yet. Okay. I haven't finished with you yet. You know. Sandra says she'd find it hard to cut into any of the fabrics. Okay, so that one is the pale blue dried flowers. This again is another collection. And this one is the Natural Collection palm leaf. And then Natural Collection ghost petal. Aren't these pretty colours? They're so soft. And Natural Collection, oh, I'm going to make one past it. Bunny tails mustard. I wouldn't have called that bunny tails. It's like maybe they are called bunny tails, like those grasses that you get that are really fluffy. Are they called bunny tails? Well, there you go. So that's the 4 pieces from that collection. And again, they are taken up of a lined sleeve. Well, that's a good idea, Lois. I'll put it on my list. So that's a collection of 4, and again all of these are, apart from the sewing machine one, the crafty one, which is a poplin, these are 100% cotton, and they're crafting cotton or quilting weight cotton, which are all 112 centimetres wide. That's it for now. Let me just see if she's put anything else. I've been keeping my daughter very busy today. We were, oh yeah, you got some more coming in a bit. Have a look under new arrivals and you know what's going to be racing down the garden in just a second. Yeah, I had a rather early start this morning. So me and Kim had a meeting in London. I did tell you that we're going to be doing some dressmaking patterns, so that's what that was all about. So it'll take a couple of months or so, but dressmaking patterns definitely in the pipeline. So we were just discussing with designers what we're going to do, so that was very exciting. And then drove all the way up, literally onto the driveway and in here. So sorry if I've not refreshed me lippy. Been rather a rush today. Worth it though. So looking for a yellow and purple lavender fabric. Oh, you've got a friend who's in India. Oh, you get all over the place, you, don't you, Nancy? Deepika in India loves the colours. Gorgeous bobbin, Leanna, is fabulous. She's outside at the moment, but it's quite nice, so she won't be coming in. Still need to get a new bob cam. Oh, Connie's screen's frozen. I'm okay here. Hi, Susan. Just got back from work. Rosina's make a disappearing 9-pack cushion with William Morris. Oh, we have some William Morris coming in any day now. Oh, Yoti's leaving. Sorry, Mum's came back from knee replacement. Thank you for everything. Okay, then. I'll see you on Saturday if you're around then. It's 11 o'clock in the morning. Right, shall we do the zip? Hope we feel better soon. Got a 3-year-old and currently running circles around me. Oh. So again, if you just joined us and you didn't see the beginning, I'm just going to do techniques on a Wednesday, not a project. That is going to have to come off because that just drives me mad. So that's a letterbox zip, and again, I'm sure it's not really called a letterbox zip, but that's what I call it because it looks like one, and it's really easy to do. I think it looks really professional, particularly if you've got a fancy zip, and you've got lining there as well. Yes, Valerie, they will be beginner friendly. That was one of the made. There's only 4 pieces to start with, but we are aiming at people that are new to dressmaking or just want something very quick and simple to make. So I shall bring you more news when I know that they're going to be coming out, and they'll be either paper or downloadable, and I think I'm saying too much now, but there you go. Right, Marion's frightened of the word zip. Zip, 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 zip. We're going to do it, Marion. This is so easy. For a bag, perfect. I can't think of an occasion where you'd use this in dressmaking, but for a bag, these are really, really easy. So again, just the zip we're going to do today. So you've got a couple of ways that you can actually fit the zip into a bag. So this is going to be my outer fabric, and if it was a 2-dimensional bag, as in it doesn't have a box bottom, or this one's actually got quite a narrow box bottom, I'd take the pockets lining all the way into the seams at the side. I'll explain that in just a minute. If I'm making a really 3-dimensional bag, maybe a big tote bag or a shopper that has sides as well as a base, I wouldn't go into the seam because you're going to end up going all the way around and around the corner. So you wouldn't be able to get into the pocket around there anyway, just make it too big. So I'll explain both ways as we do this right now. So this could be the flap of a bag, it could be the inside of a bag, could be the back of a bag. This one, as I said earlier, I did put onto the back of a bag. I think that's nice for security. So if I was out and about and I'd got my phone or my passport or a big wedge of money, we don't use money these days, do we? And my credit cards would go in the back here because that's going to be closest to my body and it's going to be the most difficult for anybody else to get to. So that is that, and then this is my pocket. So at the moment I'm just going to come out a little bit, so bear with me if I wobble because I want you to see all of this. That'll do. At the moment my pocket fabric is the same size as my outer fabric, but this is going to be folded over like this and come a little bit further down. So in this instance I would fit the zip across here and then fold this section up when the zip's in, and then sew straight down the sides here. Oh, thank you. We've got some new fabrics. Do you want to come around here and show me what we've got? I told you to get some new fabrics. Okay. So what's on this one?
Suns and flowers.
Suns and flowers. Shall we show everybody what we've got? So if I press that button there, then that's what everybody at home can see. So we've got suns and flowers, Okay. Should we open that one up? And what's this one?
Plants and moons.
Flowers and moons. Should we see what these are called? Because Mum has just put these on the website, hasn't she? So that one is called Moonlight White Celestial Metallic. That's this one. And then, is that one? Yeah? So let's open this one up so we can see it. And we'll put it next to that one, shall we? Like that. So that one is Moonlight Turquoise Floral.
This one is...
Shall we have a look on here what it's called? That's that one, look, and that's called Moonlight
Moon
Phasers.
Is purple.
Purple.
My favourite colour.
Your favourite colour, is it?
Lemons.
So those three all go together as a collection. And then you're right, that's lemons, isn't it? So let's move those out of the way and spread that one out. Put it down there like that. And that one is called...
Lemons on Navy Caves.
On Navy Canvas, good girl. And I'll press that button there again so everyone can see what that one is. That's a really nice one actually. So these are cotton, again the quilting cotton 112 wide. This is a really lightweight canvas, so a little bit heavier. So you could I'd cover a chair in there or make a bag out of it. What would you make from that fabric, Vienna?
Handbag.
A handbag, that'd be nice, wouldn't it? Should we make a handbag later? Should we like make a handbag for you with lemons on it? You wouldn't use it, would you, with lemons on it? Oh, you like the purple one? Should we do a purple handbag with moons on it? Would you like that? Okay, we should do that. I think that zip goes with it, doesn't it? Yeah.
It also goes with my school bag.
It does go with your school bag. Your school uniform's that colour, isn't it? Can I do some sewing now then? Okay. Thank you for bringing those down. Good girl. See ya. See you later. Don't you love half term? Huh? That's Kim's daughter Alexis, yes, that's Vienna. When I was in London for the meeting, because I live in London, we all came back up together. So they're here for a few days, which is the best thing about a Jubilee bank holiday, isn't it? Well, it's half term anyway. But yeah, it just means they can come up for a few days. Actually, my other granddaughter and my grandson are not on half term this week. They're on half term next week. She doesn't know yet. But they're all coming over on Friday because it's a bank holiday. She's wonderful. She can read. Anything. I've joined up writing everything. She's a rather smart one, that one. So, as you've already seen, those are the rest of the new fabrics that that Vienna has been showcasing for you today. So sort of thrown me a little bit. Wasn't expecting that. Oh. Okay, so that's those. Let's get back to this zip, shall we? Grandchildren, her. Where did she put the zip? Oh, there. I thought she was taking it away with her. So again, the zip would go on the back here. And if it was a flatter bag, sew the sides of this, when it's sewn together, into the side seams. And then you don't see any of that stitching from the front apart from around the zip. And you've got a nice little neat pocket on the outside. If your bag is three-dimensional, so you've got sides in it, then I would cut this shorter than the sides. And when we sew around it, in fact, I'll do that. Let's make it shorter. When we sew around the edge, we'll need to sew around all three sides. And now I've used one piece of fabric and folded it over. If you've got two pieces of fabric to the same size, then that would work equally as well. It was a distraction, Janice, and it's the best type of distraction. I think you met everybody now, haven't you? Oh, you haven't met Tyler yet, have you? So eldest son and my grandson were here. When were they up last? In the last holiday, last school holiday. So he came on here. And of course you've seen Kim and you've seen Vienna. You've seen my other granddaughter because they were both here on Christmas Day last year and they came to sing Merry Christmas to you. Hi Debbie. And yeah, you met everybody. You met Gary. just tile left. So let's make an opening for this zip. So on the on the lining side, sorry, we're going to draw a box. That hasn't been actually cut very straight, has it? If I look. So it is. A wobbly line stands out like a spelling mistake. It's got to be straight. There we go. So let's open this up. So if this had a print on it, this would be the right side up, because that's the bit that you're going to see on the inside. See you next time, Liana. Bye. Shirley's got a pink parcel. My zip is too long, as is always the case. So that'll be cut down to size in a bit. And I'm going to put my zips, it's going to go across here, and I'm going to start sewing this about 1.5 inches from the top. So not too close to the top, because when this folds up there's going to be a seam across here, but not too far down, because if I have a zip here, all of that at the top is a waste of space. So I think 1.5 inches from the top where we draw our box is going to be absolutely perfect. I'm going to draw this on with a biro just so that you can see. Hi Brenda in Kentucky. And I'm going to draw a box. This is 8 inches across, so I'm going to give myself 1 inch on each side and draw a 6-inch box here. I'm going over it a few times just so I know that you can see this, because I'm drawing on quite dark fabric. That box is going to be 1/2 inch deep, like so. Whoops. And we're drawing it this side. So that's going to be where the opening for my zip is going to be. These corners are quite important. Then we're going to draw a line straight down the centre of here. And then a V shape into each corner, like so. Right? And then this is going to go right sides together with my outer fabric. So I need to position that. This is where the zip's going to go, so I want to make sure it's in the right position on my outer fabric. So I could move that up a little higher if I wanted to. Again, I don't want it to be too low, because I don't want to waste this space here. So let's pop that about 2 inches from the top of the outer fabric. I think we'll be fine. In the centre, so the same distance from each side here. And then let's stick a couple of pins in here, just to hold that together while we sew. Then we're going to shorten the stitch on the sewing machine, so I'm taking this one down to a 2.2 and sew really carefully around the outside of that box. That still doesn't look quite straight to me. That's better. I think I just haven't got the top of the fabric straight, but it'll be fine. Okay, so that's that. Paying attention to the corners, so needle down when we get to the corners and then pivot around. Hello Deborah in Peru, how are you today? A woody station wagon, that sounds a bit more like it. Hello Deborah in Poole in Dorset. What heat erasable pen do I use? At the moment I'm using Friction. I've got a green one knocking around here somewhere. So Friction pens, or normally get them off Amazon. We don't sell them on the website. There's another brand that I use, I can't remember. I think they're all much of a muchness, to be honest. Heat erasable pens, do test them on your fabric first, because they're not meant for fabric. They're meant for paper. So sometimes on fabric they can actually bleach. I've got the top, I just haven't got the pen. So I was going to show you actually, if I can find it, I shall show you on this fabric, because I think it'll bleach. So I was just looking for my iron. I'll need that in a second. And this one's just about out of ink. Oh, can you see I've made a mark on there? I'm just going to leave that for a second. Let me find a piece of scrap to scribble on. Oh, I'm going to draw on there and leave it for a second and then come back to it and iron it. And I think on this fabric it will bleach. So I just wanted to show you worst case scenario. When's your green and erasable pen when you need it? Excuse me while I scoot back here. Oh, I've got another quick and pick in there that I didn't know that was there. Iron's on the floor, look. Iron on the floor, chair on the iron, pen lost. Mean early on the floor as well. Bear with me a second while I just switch this on because I'm going to need that. Okay. No sign of that pen. I think I've made enough of a mark on there for you to get the idea. Because I wasn't doing that, was I? I'm doing this. So, we're going to sew right on that line all the way around the edge. And when I come to the corner, I'm watching this bit here because I'm watching where the line's actually feeding into the centre of my foot, so I know that I'm accurate. So careful when you get to the corner. Needle down, turn around. And I'm doing this in a pale thread so you can see where I'm sewing. I'd normally use the same colour. Not that you're going to know really. Back down that, one more stitch. And then back down this side. Into the corner again. So I've normally got my nose right over the top of it, but then you wouldn't be able to see a thing. And what we do then is realise that our bobbin's out of thread, so we have to start that bit all over again. Normally quite organised when it comes to bobbins full of thread, but not today. Cheryl, I should be wearing my handy tool belt. You're right. I don't even... Oh, it's over there. I should wear my handy tool belt next time. You would have got your project today from Half Yard Club, the curtains. So who's going to make them? And what kind of fabric you're going to make them out of? If you haven't seen them before, I could do that actually while I'm filling up my bobbin, which isn't the most exciting thing to see. If I go over here and just do that. So if you're a member of the Half Yard Club, this is going to be your project for today or for this month. Oh, well, actually for the next 2 years. Tight up curtains. So you would have had an email this morning if you have subscribed to the newsletter, and that'll tell you what this project is, what your special offers and discounts are, and which projects are going to be coming down at the end of the month as well. So that's a reminder to download. I think one of them is a craft bag, and I can't remember what the other project is that's coming down. And you'll have been told that it's the Christmas presents block of the month this month as well. So that's what you're going to be getting today. Oh, Cheryl's going to make the curtains when she's decorated a bedroom. It's that time of year, isn't it? Where, you know, particularly the sun's out. Oh, I just want to get everything looking nice and fresh. Hello, Dawn in Washington State. Wendy, she is beautiful. I do very good looking children and grandchildren, I have to say, and I'm taking all the credit for it. Beautiful children. I know we all have beautiful children. I've got beautiful children. Okay, so round the corner. Yes, you do, Connie. You do need to sign up for it. If you go to your account, it should say sign up for newsletter. Normally that's when you first open your account and you fill in all of your details at the bottom of the page. It'll say, do you want to sign up for the newsletter? So you need to do that. I don't know. I can't get it on my PC here because I'm admin. If you can't sign up for it on the website, email them. Email info@halfyardsewingclub.com, and I'm sure that the girls will do that for you. Right, so I'll just do that and then I'll show you where I am. Oh, Sarah's just joined. Welcome along. Can't wait to make the curtain, she said. Oh, Sarah, the difficult thing with the curtains, and there is a video for those as well, but the most difficult thing is the size of them. You're sewing together rectangles of fabric. That's the really easy bit. The ties are rectangles of fabric, the tops, the bottoms, the lining, all rectangles of fabric. It's just that they're curtains, so they're big. So you'll need something to support the weight, like a big table. So if you're on the dining table, move to one end so you've got something to support the weight, so the whole thing doesn't pull away from the machine and twisty stitches. Cutting out, really, really important, because you need to cut exactly on the grain to make them hang straight. So probably on the floor. So make sure, if you have dogs like mine that think if you're on the floor that's playtime, that they're not around when you're cutting out your curtains. Right. So that's what I've done there. So I've just moved you out of the way, so I need to move you back so I can see what I'm doing. There we go. So I've literally just sewn all the way around the edge like that. And I'm just going to put the iron on now. It is on, lovely. Okay, whoops. And then we're going to cut straight down the centre. So a sharp pair of scissors. I'm going to make a snip. This is through both layers of fabric. And we'll cut straight down that centre line. I think I need a new pair of scissors. And then into the corner, up to the stitches. So as close as you can to those stitches, but without actually cutting through them. I think I've got a sharper pair here. Let's use this. So again, into the corner, close to the stitch. If you go over the stitch, you're in trouble, because you're going to have to make the hole smaller to cover the stitch up. So really be careful with this bit. Straight down the centre and up to the stitch. Up to the stitch, that's that. And then we'll take our ironing pad. And this is where I say it looks like a letterbox zip, because we're going to take all of this pocket fabric and post it through the centre. Now I find it easier to press this seam at this point before we start pushing it all through. So let's just push it away from the edge on all four sides. And then I'll tell you what we'll do. Let's see what's happened with this iron mark. So that, if you missed that earlier, I just wanted to show you what happens with a heat erasable pen on some fabrics. It leaves a bleach line when it's gone. So always do a patch test, a little test first if you're going to see it. Otherwise, make sure that you mark within the seam allowance, or that could happen. On a pattern fabric, it's not so noticeable, because that was the outside of my bag, and I was left with a bleach mark like that. I'd be pretty upset about that. So if you are worried about an erasable pen, then I'd suggest water or air erasable. Water you just dampen, air will disappear of its own accord. But maybe not for this, because we need to iron it, and water and air erasable pens can become permanent when you iron them, so just be aware of that as well. Otherwise, a chalk pencil. Anyway, we're doing this. So I've posted that through the box. I find it neater to do this from the lining side, so we're just going to pull all of those sides through and then pull this so that the seam sits right on the edge. Actually, what I did with this one was to roll the seam very slightly, so you can see a little bit of the lining coming through. That's not going to affect the size of the lining or anything. It's minuscule, but you can just see that. I think that makes a nice contrast. So let's see what happens here. It's normally, Jill, fabric like this, a plain fabric, cotton fabric, and heavily dyed fabric, so reds and dark reds and browns, and even black. You just know that that's going to happen with those. Experience, shall we say. So yeah, just be aware of the plains like that, but do a little test like I did there and just see what happens. So again, let's roll this back so that the seam is right on the edge. It may pucker in the corners. I'm not worried about that, because you're not going to see it. When you do it this way, if it's going to gather like that, it'll gather on the lining side. When I turn this over to the right side, it will be absolutely fine. So that's actually pretty good. But if you do get a little bit of a pucker, I'm not worried about it on this side. So just keep pulling it out. I mean, that's pretty good if I say so myself. And then when we turn it over to the bit that you see, you've got a really nice neat box. So the key is to snip as far up to that stitch line as you can. If it does pucker here, it's because you haven't got quite close enough. But as I said, I don't care. Nobody's going to see that. I'm going to put a zip on top of it in just a second. Okay, so zip too long, don't care. And let's open it up a little bit because I want the slider to sit inside the hole. I'm going to use a glue pen. The main one, Janice, is something Blooms, I can't remember. It's a canvas on the website. Can't remember what it's called, something Blooms. I'm going to use a glue stick to just paint around the edge of the hole to hold this in place. If you don't have a glue stick, I would pin and then tack by hand. I don't sew around pins on zips ever because I don't find that they hold the zip in place accurately enough. Whereas this is just like pins in a stick. So glue all the way around the hole and then plonk it down. So the stop on the end of the zip I want out of the way, one of the advantages of having a zip that's too long. The zip here, I want it to be closed, as in the two sides of the ribbon brought together. And then we're going to arrange this over the hole. While I'm just waiting for that to adhere, because if you just leave it for a couple of, well, half a minute or so, it'll stick better. Then turn this over to the right side and I can still maneuver this so that the zip teeth or the coil sits right in the centre. So again, if you're pinning, I'd pin that and then do a hand tack or basting stitch all the way around the edge so you can take the pins out. But that is going to be enough to hold that in place for now. So I'm not cutting the zip down to size yet. I'm going to put the zipper foot on my sewing machine. Don't always have to do that, but let's see if I can find it. I'm not going to put the zipper foot on my sewing machine because I can't find it. I'm going to move the needle over to the left hand side and then we're going to sew all the way around the edge of this zip. So I'll start from just this side. In fact, I don't even need to do that, do I? There we go. Starting just this side of the zip pull and sew. So again, nice and neat on the corner, so stop with your needle down, foot up and pivot. And sew across the zip. Fine to sew across a nylon zip. I would not sew across a metal zip, you'll break your needle if you hit it. And back down this side. If the zip slider is in the way, you're going to lift your foot up. Some machines will have an extra high presser foot lip, so use that if you have one. And we'll just manoeuvre this out of the way, needle back down and carry on around. Needle down in the corner again. I don't know, it's not going to become anything, Jen, to be honest. It'll probably end up with a scrap pile to go to Fee. Oh, Fee, if you're watching, by the way, Fee Byron is my scrap lady. So if I've got very small pieces of fabric, I send them to Fee and she does some really beautiful English paper piecing for charity. And larger pieces I send to Lisa, who either sells them in the Cat's charity shop or she'll make things to sell in the Cat's charity shop. That's what I was going to say. Fee, if you're watching, I sent you a big bag of stuff the other week and it's come back to me and it says on there, not picked up, so I don't know what happened there. So if you're wondering if you hadn't had any scraps for a while, it's because of that, so I'll have to repost it out to you. FYI. You once said on the hair, how to get the point in the heart, not the bottom point, the other one that makes heart. If you, at the top of the heart shape where it comes down to the V, is that what you mean, actually stitching it? When you come to sew around and to the V, do 1 or 2 stitches straight. So don't go into the V and then back out again. 1 or 2 stitches straight and then carry on to the other side. Same if you're doing anything that's scalloped, anything with a V shape where you're sewing in that kind of thing. Sew a couple of stitches straight across. I don't know how it works, but if you sew a couple of stitches straight across and then snip right up to the stitches like we snip right up to the stitches here, then when you turn it out it's going to be pointy. Pointier than if you didn't. I was told to iron before sewing with the glue to protect the sewing machine. No, that wasn't me, Peggy. Not heard of that one before. I've always thought that glue that was designed for fabric was going to be fine with your sewing machine, so I've never ironed beforehand. I iron if I'm using a glue pen. Only fabric glue pens, don't use Pritt. Pritt's great for paper, not for fabric. If I'm using a glue pen for English paper piecing, because I mean it is removable, you do peel it away, but if you leave paper stuck with it, it can be quite difficult to remove. So then I will iron it because it melts it a bit and then you can take the papers out really easily. Oh, hello. Hello, Mandy Gray. Robert says you're a big fan. Hello and welcome along. Come and say hello yourself if you're here. Nice to have you here. A request from Denise. One Wednesday, can you demo putting a slide on a zip? I've watched the video, but I still struggle. I'm whizzing backwards again. I love being on wheels because I might have an invisible zip in here. Whoops, in which case I could show you now. But there again, I might not. But there again, I might. So we'll do that in a minute. How's that? You can buy tools. You can buy a zip jig, which you have to fix to your table, which are really, really easy. So if you're going to be doing a lot of continuous zips like that, be worth investing in a zip jig. But I shall show you that in just a sec. So that's what we have for our pocket. So now I can chop the ends of the zip down to size. That's what I mean about that. Now it covers up any of those little puckers that you get in the corner. So I wasn't worried about those. So let's do that and do that. Do you have a stay stitch like you do in dress colours to control the puckering? I haven't done that, Nancy, actually. I've never had a really stubborn zipper hole, to be honest. But no reason why you couldn't. So that's the back of my bag. Oh, sorry, the inside of my bag. So now that folds over. If you've got 2 pieces, we're going to sew around all 4 sides. If your fabric goes into the side seams, you sew across the top, across the bottom if you've got 2 pieces. But the important thing is that you don't sew through the outer fabric. So I'm going to fold it out of the way. And if you want to, you can pin that. So I only need to sew around 3 sides. So again, let's fold that out of the way, like that. And then the top bit again, fold out of the way. And we can pin it. Hi Sheila! And then we'll just sew around those 3 sides. And again, just make sure if you do approach it and you're getting the outer fabric in the way, we don't want to sew over the outer fabric. Done this side. And back down again. So again, if you've got a fabric that has a pattern to it, that will be on the inside. So this will be the back of the fabric. So we just pop those pins out. I'm just going to switch my iron off before Laura shouts at me. So that is now the inside of my bag. Not too tidy, doesn't matter. Lining will go over this, so you're never going to see it. And on the outside of my bag, I've got a really nice neat opening. And when you do open it up, you see the lining behind it. So that's a really, really simple way to fit a pocket into a bag using a letterbox zip. That's all right, Robert. Anybody else wants any hellos, just let me know and I shall shout hello to you. Again, the bag that was in, if you just joined us, letterbox zip went in the back of that. That will be uploading onto YouTube or going live on YouTube. I think it's at past, so in a bit. That's today. and that'll be the whole bag, and it's got a magnetic snap and a patch pocket on the inside there as well. So that was that. What? No, not nasty, Laura, only to remind me I've left my iron on, because she did that the other day and I would have left the iron on. So do shout away. Right, mention that my sister did tatting. Oh, have you, Debbie? I haven't tatted for ages. My mum used to be a tatterer, and I could never get the hang of it. It's like knitting or crochet. I'm so slow, and my sister just picks it up and kind of does this, and there's a lace doily. So fabulous. Right, let's have a look at this and see where we are. I shan't take the whole thing off. So putting a slider onto a continuous zip. I don't use these a lot, to be honest. I tend to have drawers full of every colour of zip in the rainbow. But the nice thing about these type of zips is that you can put two sliders on facing in opposite directions, so they meet in the middle. So if you were making a bag such as, oh, can't see it here. Oh, I can see it here. I'm whizzing back again. Bear with me a second. Like this one, which is a laptop bag, which is one of the projects from the Half Yard Club. On the top here, you will see we've got two zips that meet in the middle, two zips that meet in the middle. And that's the nice thing about continuous zips. And as long as you've got the same size of zip, these are number 3, you can swap and change them. So if I'd have got a pink or a purple zip slider, then you can put different coloured sliders onto the zips, and that's just a little bit of fun. So that's one of the nice things about using continuous zips. Hello to daughter Grace. She's laying on the sofa feeling sorry for herself. Grace, why are you feeling sorry for yourself? Hello, Grace. Come and join in. Then you won't be feeling sorry for yourself. You'll be part of the gang. Still cleaning out your dad's, etc. Going to watch on replay. Okay, Rose, we'll see you again. Oh, tatting. We'll see you again next time if you need to go. Irene sitting with 2 of my 6 granddaughters, one of whom is sewing enthusiast. Oh, what are their names? What are the names, Irene? Let's say hello to them as well. Okay, see you, Pauline. See you again next time. Great difficulty getting the pull on any tips. This is how I do it. Again, if you've got a zip jig, fantastic. If you don't, this is how I do it. So let's whiz this one off. So always have the zip cut too long, because we're going to chop into this a little bit. Big shout out to the awesome Dog's Body call, Lisa. Awesome Dog's Body? Lisa Fenn, really? But big shout out to Lisa. Does a good job. Hello, Kristen in Chicago. Making a mug rug doily. I've shown her finished it. Yes, do. I'd love to see that, Debbie. Right. So, oh, no. Right. Wrong button. So that's the end of the zip. So I'm going to cut alongside the left-hand side of the coil, quite close to the coil, by about 1/2 inch or so, and then cut it off at an angle. So I've got that. And then this side, I'm going to cut it off level with the top of that tape. So I've got that shape. Then you take your slider and thread it onto the coil that's sticking out. So just push that on until you've got enough room to grab it at the top. Okay, so I can squeeze that down a little bit. And then when it meets the top of the ribbon or the tape, thread the opposite side inside it and go down a little bit more. So thread that into the opposite side and then give it a squeeze and pull it down. And if you find this is a little bit kind of loopy, it doesn't quite match up, by the time you come down to the end of your zip, you can open this all the way down. That'll kind of even itself out down there. So, you know, if I chop that off now, I'm going to get one but a little bit longer than the other. But that's how I do it, and as you can see, it's quite easy. Doesn't always work first time like that. But and I'm just feeding your ego, Lisa. But just keep trying. I just find that the the quickest and easiest way. Lois says you're not a dog's body, you're a cat's body. I think that's entirely true. The name of the fabric they used to make the bag. This is Modern Leaves in grey. It's a canvas, and we've got Modern Leaves in sage as well, which is very similar. Actually, very similar in colour, but it's got a little bit more green in it. And I've used a caramel webbing. I don't think we've got very much of that left on the website at the moment. And the lining on this one is the premium cotton in the rust orange. So I hope that helps. Okay, well that was unexpected, but I'm glad it worked. Desperate for one. Correct. A slave to the cat, says Lisa. It was easy. I think just have practice. Quite, you're not, on rolls of zip like that, you get so much. It doesn't really matter if you waste a few inches. Practicing. Okay, Jenny Jones, I shall see you on Saturday. I took the frustration out of doing that. Love having a personal professional advisor. Isn't that what you were? J. Hoover. 2 normal zips, have a laptop bag and just turn the ends over so they meet. Yes, you can. That's what I did with the laptop bag on the Half Yard Club. So you just turn the ends of the zips over. Alexa's just reminded me it's the dog's feeding time. Alexa reminds you it's the dog's feeding time. Don't the dogs remind you it's the dog's feeding time? Alexa does everything these days. Zip jigger, use a towel holder. Oh, okay. How do you get 2 slides out? Do exactly the same on the other end of the zip. So they face that way. So you put one zip pull that way, turn the zip over and put the other one that way. And that's it. Next week, Mary, I thought we'd do blind hemming. If I've got a blind hem foot, bear with me. Because I did say we'd have a play with our feet one Wednesday afternoon, did I not? Yes, it's in there. We'll do blind hemming. Okay, bye Ree. I'll see you again next week. So Wednesday at 4 o'clock in the afternoon if you want to join us then. Saturday, it's going to have to be a quick one. Gosh, excuse me. Because I haven't prepped anything yet. Just being honest. So I thought we'd do a tissue box cover, just something really simple. So the drawer is wide open behind me. Oh, thank you. I'd come off here, step backwards, and I'd be there, legs akimbo, wouldn't I? Intelligent colleagues, oh, talking to each other, lovely. You'd definitely go, oh, thank you, Susan. Thanks, Julie. Gosh, excuse me, I've really dry throat. Yes, so blind hemming. Saturdays we're going to be doing really, really simple projects that you can make in an hour. So tissue box cover. I did make a square one last year. Was it the year before? That one. All lined and everything. But this time I'm going to make the same kind of thing, but the rectangular tissue boxes. So we're going to do one of, oh, iron's hot. Do one of those. So that'll be Saturday. And then next week again, blind hemming. So that's the plan anyway. So take care for the rest of the week. Enjoy your Jubilee celebrations if you're having them. And I shall see you again on Saturday morning at 11 o'clock. So thanks for joining me today. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.